Welcome to the Non-Toxic Living Cooking Show. I'm Warren Phillips, otherwise known as Non-Toxic Dad, and today we have our special guest, Chef James, and we're gonna cook some things today. So we're kind of gonna do it on the fly, but the main things we're gonna do is how to cook steak properly, how to season steak properly. We're gonna do some different sauces.
Compound some butter, and we're gonna give you tips for how to make it so that everyone that walks into your house when you have a dinner party is gonna just say, oh, that smells good. They're gonna think you're an amazing chef. It's gonna be a really fun tip too. Easy peasy.
So before we get started, we're gonna walk into the garden and do some fresh harvesting from the garden out back, some herbs. I'm gonna say tomatillos even though it's tomatillos because I like to mispronounce things even on shows. Some poblano peppers, some Anaheim peppers, some sweet peppers, and we're just gonna see what you can do, Chef James can do with just some of these garden fresh ingredients. So Chef James and I are gonna head out to the mountain garden. Come with us. Every home garden should have access to herbs and spices right outside your kitchen. And I actually had this made. This is made of steel. And Chef James, here I have some sage, we have some oregano, rosemary, 2 different types of thyme, and then some medicinal flowers out here as well. This is calendula, it'll pretty much grow anywhere. And then in various locations throughout my garden, I have different herbs and spices planted because they're great companion plants. They ward off pests like aphids and the things you don't want in your garden because they're so fragrant. Things like rosemary have been shown in the literature not only to increase memory but to decrease your risks of neurodegenerative conditions. Thyme is extremely antimicrobial, antiviral.
That's oregano, right?
Yeah, oregano as well. I mean, you know, some people use this in parasite protocols, obviously a wonderful herb. So, Chef James, was there anything here you want to harvest before we head up?
I think, well, let's definitely get some thyme because that'll be nice when we make our compounded butter to add that. And then, you know, if we want, you know, one of the things I love about sage is when you just fry it a little bit and some butter or ghee or something, it just has that, it's a nice texture. And we're such texture hounds. And so even when you're having a steak, like what I like people to do is actually think about how you want to plate it, because we don't want to just slop it on there. We want to be mindful because that's going to make it a more enjoyable experience for us. So like putting a little bit of fried sage right on top of the steak as we cut into it and just have that crispiness, that'd be nice.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
You grab that,
Okay.
I'll grab some thyme, and we will head back up the mountain. We'll grab some fresh tomatoes maybe in here.
Sure.
So this is the greenhouse.
How long did this take to grow like this?
This is just this year.
Wow.
So, but this is its second. This is its first season. So there's tomatoes. We just.
You got chard, it looks like.
I got some chard. We have chives. If you want any chives.
Oh yeah, let's get some chives.
Let's grab some chives.
Just a little bit.
Okay. Tomatoes. There's oxalates. Everyone's afraid of them. Oh, it's so bad. Well, the skin has them and the seeds have them. But when you cook them, the oxalates and the other compounds that are hard on your digestion, that can cause inflammation in your body, when you cook them, it goes way down. You can also remove the seeds. You can also remove
the skin, yeah.
and the skin. But when you cook them, it actually increases some of the antioxidant benefits, like lycopene.
For pale people like me, that's pretty helpful.
Yeah, so people get scared of this stuff, or they steer away from really things in your garden and in life that are life-giving. You have to cook them properly. Yes, if you have a leaky gut, you have issues, you have to be careful. But in general, most fruits and vegetables that have oxalates, you can do things to them to make them highly nutritious and add a ton of antioxidants to your body, which is really tough getting elsewhere.
Yeah.
So you're not going to get that from meat.
Well, and just thinking about tomatoes, traditionally, if you go to Italy, how tomatoes are done, they do they parboil them to peel the skin off, and you de-seed them. So a lot of times when you look at traditional practices, these things are built into it to optimize the health. And some people don't even know why, but it's just that's how it was done traditionally.
Yeah, all this history and this ancient wisdom.
Yeah.
And America has definitely thrown it out.
It really has.
So they know how to eat fruits and vegetables in a way that lower the oxalate, the protective mechanisms of these plants. And there's things we can do.
And optimize the absorption.
And optimize the nutrition.
Yeah.
So like sprouting nuts and seeds and all these different things. I think it's like 50-fold the nutritional
Yeah.
value.
In your bedroom, one of the most important swaps you can make is your sheets, especially if you have polyester sheets right now. Why? Most bedding, even organic options, is dyed with chemicals derived from fossil fuels. But Izame does it differently. Their sheets are made from organic cotton and dyed with medicinal plants like indigo and madder. The dyes, they're so pure, you could literally drink the liquid that colors them. It's like a supplement for your skin, and it's not just talk. Izame is the only bedding brand with FDA-registered medical devices. People with eczema, TSW, or sensitive skin say it's the first time their bedding didn't cause flare-ups. And get this, their dye factory waste is so clean, they turned it into skincare, certified, tested, and award-winning. So if you want to detox your bedroom, start where you spend a third of your life. Go to izame-textiles.com and feel the difference. Use code NONTOXICDAD for a 10% discount.
So we just came out of the greenhouse. We grabbed some scallions, some San Marzano tomatoes. We got some chard, some yellow and red chard. And then we got some marigolds for color. We're gonna have a blast in the thyme we got earlier, and then also the sage. And then the other thing we wanna grab here, and then we'll grab it elsewhere, but some of these sweet peppers. And one thing about peppers is a lot of people eat them green. But the best way to eat them is when they're red and yellow, because this is gonna concentrate the antioxidants that are really healthy for your body. So a lot of people like to eat green peppers, but when you eat peppers and let them turn yellow and red, the antioxidant levels, the phytonutrients, the essentially antioxidant and phytonutrients go way up
And
when it's ripe, just like a fruit.
And the different colors, though, have different
Benefits.
benefits.
Yeah. Peppers, this isn't a ripe pepper.
Right.
So like we were discussing, this has lower sugar content because it's not ripe. When it's not ripe, it has much lower vitamin C, lycopene, and other antioxidants, especially red peppers that have beta carotene, which is obviously good for our heart healthy, but it's more than that. It's anti-inflammatory in multiple ways inside your body, and these are nutrients you can't get, necessarily just on all for the, animal-based diet. So I'm a guy that loves all food in all of its beauty and all of its ways. So I'm definitely omnivorous and not just carnivorous or plant-based, but I love it all.
Tomatillos can be used in Mexico and in areas where they don't grow like citrus very easily. They use tomatillo as an alternative. So like a lot of times you'll add citrus to brighten the sauce. They'll just use a tomatillo. You just use a fresh tomatillo and it will brighten the sauce.
So you can add these. These are better than just green salsa.
Yeah, absolutely. You can eat them raw, or you can roast them and then create kind of more of the common salsa you'd find in a restaurant or something. Like green, common salsa verde, they would call it.
Yeah, the salsa verde that we make from this is just, I'm gonna send you home with some.
All right.
So here's a good question for you. Why does all restaurant food taste the same?
Yeah, there's about, I think it's 7 or 8 businesses that make everything that you find at Restaurant Depot, Jetro, Sistigo. It's like, it's like, have you ever seen that dial where it's like the 9 conglomerates that own everything? And so basically, Kraft is one of them. There's many of them. But when you go to these Restaurant Depot kind of places, you're buying prepared foods. They trick you into thinking they're making it from scratch because they pull it out of the bottle.
Yeah.
But it's still coming from a bottle, and it's the same ingredients for every one of them, basically. And it's embarrassing because it's all built around shelf life. And so I did a video once where I was showing people the Restaurant Depot ingredients. Let's just say none of it is clean. None of it would pass your tests. And it's a very long list. And our bodies will not recognize probably 95% of it.
But it's great shelf life. They're making lots of money.
It's cheap.
And it's consistent. And chefs are working from that.
And it's uniform, right? It's like McDonald's. That's the power of a place like that. No matter where you go in the world, it always tastes the same. But that's not good for us.
No.
It's good for them. It's not good for us.
But that's why all restaurant food is starting. The more this goes, there is no family restaurant or family recipe it's all coming from the same sources, and we're all eating the same
Yeah.
sauces and foods and meats.
And then we're also all getting the same illnesses because we're eating the same sources of food. Yeah. Yeah, we've gone into Warren's beautiful garden. We've collected our peppers, our tomatillos, our herbs, our tomatoes, our chard, and now we're gonna head in the kitchen and we're gonna perform some magic on this beautiful produce.
All right, got my apron on. We're back in the kitchen with all these farm fresh or backyard fresh
Rainbow
ingredients.
color ingredients.
So beautiful. I'm so excited to cook this with you. So what are we gonna start up? And I know we're gonna do some steaks.
Yes, we're gonna start with our compounded butter because that is one of the secret ingredients for my money of what makes one of the best steaks in the world. What makes a great steak to you?
The fat, the flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if it's flavorless for me, I'm not in.
The traditional ground meat, not the stuff that you're getting from your local farmer, but traditional store-bought ground meat is sometimes sourced from 3,000 or more different sources. It's
a big mix.
It's a big mix, and so you don't know how clean it is. And adding antimicrobial herbs to it is one of the best things you can do to ensure that it's going to be healthier.
Things like thyme,
oregano, or rosemary.
Rosemary,
right?
yeah, they're all antimicrobial.
So the little tips that really do make a difference. So we're going to start with the compounded butter. You need the butter to be room temperature. So we're going to go ahead and use the whole thing.
Yeah, let's do the whole thing.
Yeah, and all we need is, so we need that butter to be room temperature so we can manipulate it. So we're actually going to add pluck, because as Warren mentioned, I'm the pluck guy. I love making organ meats or nose to tail as easy as possible for anyone to eat, because I truly believe these are the foods that we're missing from our diets. So this is zesty garlic. It's very kind of, the best way I could describe it is kind of got like a ranchy kind of vegetable garden feel taste to it. Yeah. So I'm adding I started out with about a tablespoon. I'm gonna add even maybe another tablespoon. And what I'm looking for is for that butter to be compounded, to be compact with whatever seasoning and herbs I'm doing. Now I'm also—
It's like fiber binding it all together.
Exactly, and what I'm also gonna do is I'm gonna add some herbs, some fresh herbs, because even though pluck has some parsley, it has lots of herbs in it, I just like adding fresh herbs. Yeah, they're dried, but let's add some fresh too. Why not? So do you want to get some of this prepared?
Yeah.
One of the tips of taking rosemary is you actually— thyme, thank you. But it's actually the same with oregano and rosemary, is you want to go the opposite direction of where the herb is going. So right now the herb is going this way, so I'm going to take my fingers and go the opposite direction to pull it off the stem.
These smaller stems okay if they're in there?
Yes, they are. Yeah. It's just these
I've always
kind
wanted
of
to ask
thicker
somebody
ones.
those.
Totally, and you
question.
can do that with basil as well. But you just don't want this kind of thick woody stuff. It's just gonna— you can eat it, it's edible, but it just won't be— it'll be mouthy. It won't have a nice texture to it.
Be chewy.
Chewy, that's a good word.
This is a beautiful one.
And then what I'm gonna have you do is take one of your beautiful knives, one of your chef knives, and we're just gonna mince it up a little bit. So this is a trick. So when you're using a knife, the sharp part is gonna get dull the more you use it. So when you go to drag it on your board, you turn it the other way. So what you do—
My wife yells at me about that.
Yeah.
And my daughter, they're like, you're dulling
the knife, and you don't want to do that.
Stop.
So you just turn it the other way. You use the part that's not sharp, and then you just use that to drag all the herbs or whatever you're cutting, the garlic off the board and into your bowl. And then we're just going to mix this in, and I'll let you do the sous chef mixing, and just mix it in well. And then this is the fun part. See, right now it's soft. So it's in a bowl, and it doesn't matter, what the shape is, but what we're gonna do, because we want it to be attractive, we're gonna shape this. So we're gonna need something like some unbleached wax paper. And what we're gonna do is, as Warren is finished, we're gonna then put that butter right on here and roll it and shape it almost into like a log. And then we just stick that right into the refrigerator. And when it hardens, you got this beautiful log of this compounded butter, and then we're just gonna slice one of those, a couple of those. We're gonna put it on that grilled steak afterwards.
I can't wait.
And when we do this, everyone, we're all gonna just focus on Warren's face as he takes a bite of this compounded butter steak. And it will be the most transparent, honest response to what I'm saying. Because right now you're all probably thinking, oh, Chef James, yeah, it's going to be the best. No, but we're going to watch his face, and I promise you he will be honest and authentic about it. And you will see the most beautiful, nourished smile that anyone has ever expressed when they're eating
Let's
steak.
go. I'm ready.
Let's do it. And I'll let you shape it just so you can get practice of this, since I know you've never done this.
I have never done this.
Yeah.
No.
And get all
My
of
wife
it,
may have.
get as much of it and all that on there.
Definitely
you-
done it with cheese, creating cheese logs with.
Yeah, same concept then. Yep. When you're working with compounded butter, let's make sure that that butter is unsalted, because we're adding, you know, Pluck has salt. You might be using some other seasoning. It's going to have salt. So we don't want it to be too salty.
I love it.
So now what we're going to do is we're going to start shaping this, and you know, we don't have to waste our time too much. Like, look, if you start shaping and you're like, oh, this is getting so messy, we can just stick it in the refrigerator like this, let it harden a little bit, and then bring it back out and shape it. So right now I'm just shaping it, and it's okay if you get it on your hands, because like I said, it's already edible. So let's just enjoy it. You know?
Yeah.
All right. So, oh yeah, that's nice.
It is really good, right?
Yeah. And so we're just gonna shape it and roll it, and we can square. How do you want to do it? You want to have it squared, or you want to have it round?
I'll just round it.
Okay, you go for it. Round it.
I'm happy with it.
And then squinch the edges, and then we will put it in the refrigerator. Yeah, exactly, just like that. And then kind of push it towards the center. Yep.
Oh, look at that.
Yep. So what I had Warren do is I had him roll the edges, so now he's pushing all the butter into the center. So look at that shape. That's a beautiful shape.
It's a log.
Yeah. Now we're gonna stick
butter
that
log.
a butter log. A butter. So now we're gonna stick
Fridge or
that in the
freezer?
refrigerator. Well, okay, good point. So fridge or freezer, Warren said, if you were in a rush and you're like, I need this compounded like yesterday, this compounded butter, freezer. We're not in a rush. It will harden in like literally 20 minutes. So we're
Perfect.
okay.
Yeah, we still got to cook those steaks.
Yeah. So when you're getting 100% grass-fed, you do have to be aware that some ranches, their grass-fed is really like gamey and can sometimes taste almost like fish. And if you get a ranch like that and you don't like it, don't think that that's just how all 100% grass-fed cows taste. They don't. You have to find the one that agrees with your taste buds. But just know you may find one and it tastes a little fishy.
Yeah, so don't buy a whole cow.
Right.
Yes.
Start
buy
small.
some ground meat.
Yeah.
That's probably not the best. Buy some steaks, because
Yeah, buy
ground
some
meat
steaks first.
will have some fat and stuff. that
Yeah,
would
buy
change
some
the flavor.
steaks first. See that you like that farm, then go for bigger amounts. But I have had some grass-fed beef that it was like, this doesn't taste like beef, it tastes like salmon. So just know that. Sometimes it
I don't
happens.
like fishy meat.
Yeah, I don't either.
Just throw that.
And this is to note, obviously there's blood on and the steak, it's getting on our hands. You a lot of times when you're working in your kitchen, you want to have, well, this is what restaurants do, and it's not a bad practice to have this true in your kitchen too. So when you're working with raw meat, you have a cutting board for that. And when you're working with fresh vegetables, you have a cutting board for that. Because, meat can cause illness on a board that's not cleaned well or something like that. And particularly you never, and I know if you're following Warren, I guarantee you're not doing this, but I think we should still say it, you never ever want to use a plastic cutting board, ever.
Here's the thing that's funny about plastic cutting boards. They say that, they're antibacterial.
Yeah.
They're not. You get those plastic
the grooves,
cuts,
yeah.
and they're not
Traps it.
antimicrobial. It literally makes a bacteria-laden board.
Yeah.
So with wood, it's naturally antimicrobial, especially olive wood. Very antimicrobial, just like your herbs are antimicrobial, your wood's antimicrobial. This is using nature, not chemicals, and we think that it's safer, and it's not. So you're being sold a bill of goods to buy more plastic. When you have your meat and you have the blood, it's not actually blood, it is myoglobin, which is an amino acid that's healthy for your body. We often get confused that it is, so what would you do with this instead of throwing it away?
I would give it to my pet, dog or cat, hands down. And that's the other thing is, why waste it? It's an amino acid, it's gonna be good for them.
Stop salting your steak, only salt the fat. Here's why.
Yes, because we don't want to remove moisture, we want to add flavor, and salt is going to take the moisture out of the muscle meat, but it's going to flavor the fat. So keep it on the fat.
Only on the fat. So we salted the fat. Let's go to the grill.
Let's do it.
All right, I'll take it. Let's do it.
This right now, this grill is nice and hot. It's about 650, and that's what you want. You don't want to put meat ever on a cold pan or a cold grill.
Let me look at that. So believe it or not, there's 3 big mistakes you can make when it comes to cooking steak that can make it less digestible and more toxic to your body. Chef James.
Yeah, so first of all, we don't want to season the top, bottom of the outside of the meat because the seasonings are just going to burn.
Yeah, and then a lot of those have carbohydrates. When they burn, they turn into acrylamides, which are carcinogenic. Plus, you're ruining the flavor of the herbs and spices.
Yeah, and a note on that, be careful of what seasonings you even choose to put on your meat because most likely if it's a grill seasoning, it's going to have sugar. It's going to have something on there to offset that burn.
Yeah, so you're putting seasonings on with sugar to offset the burnt flavor that's not even what you want to do. So put your seasonings on after.
Yeah, exactly.
So mistake number 2.
Number 2 is they put it on the grill and then they let it burn. It gets too black on the outside. This is seasoning your own seasoning. Your meat gets black. And
Yeah,
that's
it's highly carcinogenic.
Yeah, and that could be because you're just letting flames hit it the whole time.
Yeah.
It could be that you left it on the grill too long.
Which I've done quite a few
I have
times.
to.
Yeah.
We're all human.
Yeah. And then mistake number 3.
Is you overcook the meat. We cannot underestimate that actually red meat, particularly grass-fed, is lean. You do not cook it the same way you would grain because lean meat needs to actually still be slightly pink. Overcooked grass-fed lean meat is kind of gross. It's like it's chewy, it's hard, and that's one of the reasons some people do love grain-fed beef because it has more leniency towards overcooking.
You can overcook it and it still tastes good because there's so much fat.
Exactly.
Yeah, because
it's marbled or whatever.
Yeah, fat gives it flavor. When you overcook your meat, you're lowering the nutrition, correct?
Absolutely. It's more nutritious currently right now. This is the most nutritious the meat's going to be is in its raw state. So when we add any heat, you are going to denature it slightly. So the key is to just not overcook it. And we also have to remember when we pull the meat off the grill, it's still cooking.
Yeah,
so you don't want to have it be gray. You don't want to have it be kind of too well done on the grill. You want to still have it be soft. And one of the ways I do when I'm cooking meat, and this could be for poultry, chicken, poultry or beef, doesn't matter, is you want to you want to touch it.
That's what I do.
Yeah, it's a texture.
I learned that at 14 years old at the Stagecoach restaurant when I cooked. I was a chef.
You gotta touch
Yeah.
it. You gotta touch it. Even
I
when
got
you're
really good
cooking
at
hamburgers.
poking
you gotta
my
touch
steak.
It.
Yeah.
And if you touch it and it gives, that means it's still nice and tender inside.
Yeah.
And if it gives too much, it's rare.
Yeah.
But if it doesn't give, it's getting
overcooked.
too cooked. Yeah. So we want it to give a little bit when we pull it off, knowing that it's still going to cook. And look, here's the trick.
It's got to give to get.
Yeah. And here's the trick, everyone. And then this is the truth. Let's say you grill it, you get some nice grill marks on there, and you're like, oh, it's still undercooked. Don't worry about it. You don't have to put it back on the grill. Finish it in the oven. Or even take your pan and just cover it and let the residual heat continue to cook it a little bit. It's not that complicated. So when I put it on the grill, I do not move it because basically you want it to sear. The sear is going to make it not stick.
So you just let it, and then when it's seared, it's non-stick, then you pull it.
What the mistake people make is they touch it too much or they move it too early.
So is this this is hot.
Yeah.
Is it okay? Should we turn it down?
We can now start to turn down. Now that it's nice and hot, we can turn it down. I usually go to medium or something, but that's good. Actually, what you just did is good. Yep, and keep it even. And then we're going to want to hit, since we have a lot of steaks, we're going to want to hit, make sure you position it the first time well.
Yeah, and I'll start with the back.
Yep. Beautiful.
1, 2.
Now that's the fillet. Let's hold off on that one.
Yeah.
Because that one's going to go fast.
Oh, we're getting flame.
Now, when I was a kid, my dad, we would have like water guns, and we'd be squirting the flame. But one thing you can sometimes do as well
Cut
is,
the oxygen out.
yeah, cover it.
And what I do is I peek through the sides. It's still flaming in there.
It is.
Yeah, so we might want to
Yeah,
pop
we can,
it.
We can pop it, pull it off.
See? These steaks, they're searing pretty fast.
Yeah, very fast. Get that one off.
Come on now. The back didn't cook as much.
Yeah.
So I'm going to drop this one in here. Look, so I'm trying, chef.
Yeah, no,
It's not bad.
It's good. We can turn it down a little bit. All right, we're just going to cover it for a second. We're not going to let it cook too long.
I'm going to drop this down. Now, fillets, I heard you cook them all the way around.
All the way around, yep.
Yeah, so
And so we'll this one, the fillets, The fillets we're gonna touch a little bit more than the other ones because they've got sides, and we're gonna turn it on each side and really let it get nice and. That's good.
You want to get a different grill marks the other way?
Yep.
This one's got to turn, and then the grill marks would be that way, and then this one.
Turn it down a little bit.
Yeah, so the grill marks, can't do my math, it'd be this way. Oh, it's looking great. Now this one might be ready. Nope.
No, so that's the truth. Is sometimes on grills, you have corners that are less kind of hot than the others.
I'm gonna bring this one in.
Yep.
We don't need to leave this long here.
No.
That one's done.
Yep. Do you want to put it on the other side?
I want to get the crisscross applesauce. I mean, it's perfect. I think we're good on these. And then this will...
That will just cook it a little bit.
Yeah, so I just throw it on low down here.
Yep.
And they can rest. I mean...
That one might be good. Nice.
Yep. And towards the back is going to be a lot warmer.
Yeah, you can even sometimes just put them right on top of each other.
Yep.
Now this one we might want to move to a hotter spot.
Yeah, we need to.
And then we
Oh,
can
it's
now
starting to work. Look
we
at
can
that.
start doing these ones as well.
Okay, just every side.
Yeah.
Let's turn this one up a little bit.
Yep. And then you're just gonna let it go on that side, but you can do this one too.
Sear. And just rotate them.
Yep.
So what do you want to look for? So here's...
We want to give it. Yeah, that's.
Is that
pretty
enough?
Good. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Okay.
Show people when you touch it with touch the meat. Show them how it's still flexible.
Yeah, this is still flexible. This is actually really good for me.
Yep.
This is a little too,
Yeah.
because it's fattier. But
And so this is how, if there's someone that you're cooking for that loves it rare, this is going to be
this
great.
is ready.
And then if
I wouldn't put this on there much longer, honestly.
now
When
look
I'm
at
cooking.
this. You can
So-
just feel it. You can feel like, oh, this is good.
So this is another.
And we might want to just turn it on this side a little bit longer. See how that's kind of red right there?
Yeah, I want to get him up on his edge.
Oh, well, yeah, there you go.
This you don't want to cook too much. You want this
No, you
rare
want
to
it nice
medium
and
rare.
Yeah, well, you still can cook it to what your desired, outcome is, but it's thick enough where you can really sear the outsides longer than these thinner cuts, and it still won't overcook as long as we keep on it. And that's why I said with fillets, you touch those a little bit more than you do the thinner pieces. So we're gonna now pull the steaks off. They're looking good, which they are. I'll hold this. You want to just go ahead and pop them. Now notice, everyone, this is a clean pan. We're not putting it back in the pan where the raw meat is. It's just smart to do that. I don't really care if it's high quality, grass-fed. I still want to make sure that I'm not creating any potential danger zones, particularly if you have young kids in your household, right? All right, so we're back inside, and honestly, I'm hungry. Are you hungry?
I'm so
Yeah,
hungry.
so we're not going to wait for the sauces or anything like that. We're digging in. So I'm just going to cut a couple pieces off this. And while you see just Warren and I, there's some other people in the room, and honestly, they're all hungry too, because that's how good it looks. So we're going to give everyone a piece. Now, this is when I would actually then add some salt.
Okay.
We're just going to do an experiment. So I'm going to cut the pieces in half.
Okay.
So that way we can have somewhat salt and somewhat just pluck. And you can taste the difference. So I'm putting some now more coarse salt on it because, I don't know, I like coarse salt once it's cooked.
Yeah.
Because now you're getting a little
Texture.
Yeah, you're getting a little
Crunch.
burst of salt as well.
That's why
so
my
it's not too
daughter,
much.
who's 4, she likes the coarse salt.
Yeah.
Because she bites it and eats it. She likes that.
Okay, so now we have half of them, so there's 8 pieces, 2 each. There's going to be half of them with coarse salt and half with the zesty pluck.
Let's do it.
And let's do it. Just you grab
Come
one.
on in. Here's my pluck one. Medium. That's really flavorful.
This is how you want grass-fed, 100% grass-fed steak to look. Either this pink or more red, not gray.
Yeah, we just got it off in time because it's cooking.
Yeah, still cooking.
These fillets are going to be to die for.
Next, what we're going to do is we're going to start the peppers. We're going to fire roast those on the grill. But we're also going to put the tomatillos because we're going to roast those and make those into sauce. This is kind of fun. Now I'm going to just use this cutting board right here, even though we cooked the meat. But this is cooked meat. It's not raw meat, so I'm okay with it. Are you okay with it?
Yeah, I'm totally okay with it.
So one of the things with tomatillos,
We treat our boards with beeswax blends.
beautiful.
So there's antimicrobial
tomatillos have this little kind of husk, okay? So we're gonna pull that off because that is inedible. That's not something you're gonna use. Now underneath them, they're a little sticky. You wanna wash these because I want to get that stickiness off.
Okay.
So we're gonna then take these, we're gonna wash them. How you would wash them is you could just stick them in a bowl and toss them in some
Yeah, I got a
water.
bowl.
Yep. And then we're gonna also add some onions. We're gonna add even some of the peppers. And then we're gonna add even some garlic, and we're literally gonna just toss it all in some fat and put it right in the oven. And we're cooking it at about a 395, 400. And we're just gonna let it roast. And then at one point we're gonna come in and toss it. And it's not gonna cook that long. It's gonna be ready in about 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes. And what's beautiful about it is it's just a one sheet sauce, right? You're putting everything on the sheet, stick it in the oven, you pull it out, you put it in a blender, you're done.
I love it. One sheet sauce. And sauces, if you go to great fine restaurants, one of the things that really makes the steak is that little side sauce just to add different flavors. They don't have plucked seasoning. So here, how do we want to process this garlic? I'll go wash these.
Literally, we can just like toss in some fat. We can just throw it in there, or we can push it down. And when
Well, how do you do the smash technique?
Yeah, I do the smash. So I just smash it with the blunt side of the knife.
Is that enough garlic for what we're doing?
Oh yeah, that's more than enough. And then I just
go wash.
toss it like this. You know, we don't have. It just needs to be smashed a little bit. It doesn't have to be chopped or anything like that.
And what type of fat would you recommend we toss these in?
So I would normally do like some lard or tallow.
I got some of that.
Okay.
We could even use some ghee.
Ghee. So ghee is clarified butter, and what that is it's removed the milk solids, and you're left with just the fat, and that does not burn the way that the milk solids do. Now, the reason I don't always use ghee is because ghee still does have a slightly butter taste. So the question is, do we want a slightly butter taste with the salsa verde? Maybe
No.
not.
Yeah.
So that's why I might use the lard. That's why sometimes I might use
What about tallow?
tallow, exactly, because we're gonna have it with steak anyway. So tallow would work well. The trick with an onion is you don't want to cut off this part, the stem part. You want to you can cut off this end. And now you're revealing it, and it's going to be easier to peel. And then since we're not using a whole onion, we're going to cut it in half as well. Now it's going to be very easy to peel. And we're just basically peeling off this brown skin. That's not very flavorful. All right, we're going to add some peppers as well. Now, since we're going to...
So we're going to add that for the sauce. This is the sauce we're making.
Yeah, we're going to make a salsa verde. And so we're going to add some of these peppers. And what I do before I go to roast them is I actually do remove the seeds and I remove some of the flesh. So you remove this seeds and the flesh. Now,
Look how beautiful that is.
it's so beautiful. And so what I
grab
typically
that.
do, you can
Pardon
easily
me.
remove it, is you just take the stem if it's still on there and just push it out and just remove as much of it as you can. And then if you really, you don't have to, but if you really want to, you can then take your knife and just remove.
Is there more
white
oxalates in
parts.
this flesh or anything?
Yeah, well, in the...
Bitter.
Yeah, exactly, it's bitter. That's more of how we're trained as chefs to remove it. It's because of the bitterness. So
Now-
that's all we got to do, and we can even cut these up a little bit.
Okay, I can do that.
Yep, and just throw them in there, and now we're gonna...
We have the tallow over there if you want.
Yep, and we're gonna just have to, melt it first to mix it with these aromatics and the tomatillos. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Add this, and then we're gonna put this in the oven to roast, and then we're gonna take the rest of the peppers and we're gonna put those right on top of the grill.
Like we talked about oxalates. I love blistered peppers, right? But you're going to show us a trick on how to blister these peppers and get the skin off, which is where a lot of the oxalates live. So there is this preparation, and in this instance, it's okay to burn.
Yes, absolutely, because
Okay.
we're not gonna eat the burnt part.
So just throw them on?
Yep. So you can see it's already getting dark, but we don't actually have to watch this as much. We want it to get burnt. We want it to get black, as blackened as we can get them.
Smells amazing.
Yeah, so we're gonna just leave these here. We're just
At this high of a temperature?
we can turn it down a little bit,
Yeah.
but
Because it'll still...
yeah. But we want to leave it and let it get dark.
All right.
So we cover this, let it get dark,
Drop it down a little bit.
and
Come back in
let's-
5 minutes.
Let's go throw our tomatillos in the oven. Go ahead and pour that over there.
Let me turn this off so I don't
Yep.
burn myself.
Go ahead and do that, and then we're gonna toss. And then once it's in there, you're just gonna toss it. I'm gonna add a little salt, and let's just go ahead and toss that together. Yep. I'm gonna stick that on this pan.
Perfect. Got it.
Perfect. And then this is your one sheet, and we're gonna stick this in the oven.
The number one way to make everyone think you're an amazing cook, Chef James.
So here's the tip. You take an onion, and we're gonna simply saute it on the stovetop. But here's the tip. Even if you're not gonna serve the onion, just get those aromatics going in the room, and every time someone walks through that door, they're gonna go, Warren, what are you cooking? That smells so good. Guaranteed, everybody. Guaranteed. So let's get that going.
And cook onions even if you're not going to use them.
Now, we're about to saute these onions. Now, we're thinking ahead, and we're also going to saute that fresh chard that we pulled from the garden earlier. So I'm going to use ghee this time because I want the chard to have that buttery taste.
Absolutely.
So let's get that going. All right, so we're melting this ghee. We're getting there.
We don't want to...
It's still not actually like that hot yet, and you can kind of tell because it's not moving very quickly. You'll know that this is ready to go to add the onions when this oil is just smoothly moving.
When it comes to like olive oil and some of your more sensitive oils, just because it's not smoking doesn't mean it's not degenerating.
Right.
But something like olive oil, one of the myths is, oh, it's going rancid. It's not going rancid, but what you're essentially doing is you're offsetting the oxidation with the antioxidants or the polyphenols, so you're wasting kind of the health benefit. You can still cook with it. It'll provide the flavor, but you're not going to get the health benefit. But like you said with the seasonings, put it on afterwards, and that's where you're going to get the health benefit.
Now, I was taught as well that one of the ways to help stabilize the olive oil is to add it to something that's already stable too, like the ghee. So to actually combine it with the ghee, and that will help to stabilize. That's what I was taught, 20 plus years ago. So I don't know the science
makes
behind
sense.
it. Does it? Okay.
It makes sense.
Now, you and I are going to just take a smell in the room right now. The room smells pretty good, but let's see what happens when we start caramelizing these onions. Now, onions are beautiful because as we just let the natural sugars of the onion come out in this pan, they will get sweet. And what's cool about this, let's just say, okay, when you're making a dressing, for example, a lot of times when it gets too bitter, people add sugar. You don't have to add sugar. You can add caramelized onions. And
as a sugar substitute.
Exactly, in your dressing.
Instead of putting sugar.
Exactly.
And then you're going to get the flavor in your dressings.
So we got that going. And
it smells so good.
Yeah, it's already starting to fill the room. And we don't need it at high heat. We could just leave it low and let it just now naturally caramelize. We don't want it to burn. We just want it to caramelize.
We don't have to move it around a little bit?
No, we really don't.
Just leave it.
Just leave it.
Okay.
And then keep it. Is it on lower now? We can put it lower, actually. You just let it cook, and then you move on to something else. And since we're gonna actually use these onions to flavor our chard, we're gonna start showing you how to cook the chard. Now, the chard leaf is interesting. So you have the leaf and then you have the stem. It's all edible, first of all. The leaf is gonna cook faster though than the stem. So what I typically do when I'm working with chard is I actually pull the leaf part off, and the way I do that is just kind of strip it with my hands. And now I just have the stems. You want to practice that?
Yeah.
So you got to kind of first pull off the very bottom and then strip it. Oops. There you go. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It's okay if there's still some leaf on the stem. We want to pull most of the leaf off because the stem is going to cook slower.
So this is what we want.
Yeah, that's what you want. And you can do that with kale as well. They all kind of do it. Okay, so now I'm going to put these aside and I'm going to focus on the stems. And really, I just want to think about, well, how do I want to cook it? Like, how do I want to serve it? Do I want it to be in big chunks? Do I want it to be small dice? And in this circumstance, it's kind of our side veg. So I want it probably a little bit bigger versus a dice. So I'm just going to, cut it into that kind of bite size. Once again,
colorful celery.
Yeah. I mean, it really is. And then, and just get it all like that. And then what we're going to do, now we want these to cook a little bit more, so let's go ahead and toss those a little bit.
I'm going to toss. I'm going to get my workout. I don't have to work out tomorrow now.
Because the stems are going to cook pretty fast, so we want the onions to be more caramelized before we throw this in. But we can still prep everything. It's nice to have everything ready to go. Okay, so what I do then with the leaves is I kind of stack them all, because I want them to all be cut similarly. And if you kind of do it willy-nilly, then you'll have different cuts. Now, we could wash this if we want, because there's a little bit of brown, but I actually want the good healthy microbes, so we don't have to. as long as it's not gritty, which
Yeah.
that doesn't look like
not,
it's going to be.
It's not grown in sand.
Yeah, there you go.
That's what stinks about some of the hydroponic stuff. Sometimes it gets that sand and grit on
Yeah,
it.
totally.
Oh, and you roll it up.
I roll it up. And then I just cut it, and that way it's all getting kind of this nice uniform look.
I love all these tricks that we're learning. This is great for everyone,
And
not just non-toxic.
and then you
cooking.
can either leave it like this, or you can just do one cut long down that cuts it all in half, and so then boom, it's all nice and uniform.
I'm gonna go jump out on and look at those, do some flipping.
So we're gonna just cut this. We're gonna do it similarly to how we did the onion. We're gonna cut off the tip, but not the stem. And we're gonna pull off that outer layer. We're gonna also still cut it in half the way we did the onion. I'll peel off that outer brown layer. You could still use this outer brown layer in broth, it's just no different than the onion. And then what we're gonna do is cut it up into little strips, and then we're gonna stick it in that fat and fry it up with, just like we did this sage.
Ah, fried shallots.
Fried shallots. It's you see it a lot in like Thai cooking and stuff like that. And what I love about frying shallots, or even the sage we did, is we're texture hounds, right? So the meat's got a certain texture, but we still want a crunch. You know, we want that kind of creamy, crunchy, meaty. We want all the different
Yeah, the
textures
crispy.
because it's going to keep it interesting. Now, one thing you want to do when you're putting anything in hot oil is you don't want to overwhelm it, because it will cool down. Every time we add anything to oil, it's going to get cooler. So we don't want to throw everything in right away. We want to do a little bit, and we're going to use the same kind of towel situation we had for the sage. And I'm just going to put a little bit.
The tallow is gonna have that onion flavor. Then we're gonna put our sage leaves in there, or at least
Yep.
I am, because I want that to happen.
We could have done it with garlic as well. We could have cooked the garlic in here, and it would have that garlic taste. You can use onion, shallots, or garlic to infuse the fat or the oil, whatever you're using.
This is a fun little trick.
And a lot of chefs do that, actually. That's how they make garlic oil, really. Or they'll stick the ghee and maybe some olive oil in there. They'll put the garlic, and they won't actually serve the garlic. They're just using it for the
Flavoring it.
For the flavoring.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'll let you add this. So we're gonna add the chard to this, and we're gonna add the stems first.
Stems first.
And we're gonna saute them, and you're gonna get to do your whole
Oh yeah.
tossing. You
My
can use
two-handed toss.
Yeah.
Do I need to add any more?
We just toss it, let it cook. We could add a little bit more fat if we want to, but it's actually, I think it's okay.
Okay. No
We
more.
could add a little salt though. This is how you layer salt. So we added the salt when we did the onions. Now we just added something new, and we're gonna add a little bit more salt. Not too much though.
Fine salt?
Just a little bit. Yeah, fine.
All right. Should I bang it off the elbow? Yeah.
There
Why
you
not? There you go.
go.
Yeah, why not? No, I got some. Never mind.
And we're just gonna let that cook for a little bit. And then when we're ready, we're gonna throw the least in there, and then we're gonna have our side veg dish. And sometimes what I do when I'm in a rush is I'll actually put a lid over it, so then the steam is just
We can
kind
do
of cooking it. Yeah, we could. Let's do it. Because the stems are, you want them just to be cooked through a little bit more.
Perfect.
And we could just turn it down a little bit.
Let's talk about coffee for a quick minute, because this is one of the things most of us consume daily without thinking twice. Coffee is a natural product, but that doesn't mean it's clean by default. It's commonly sprayed with pesticides, and if it's improperly stored, it can develop mold and mycotoxins that can impact your energy, digestion, and overall health. That's why I only drink coffee that's organically grown, low acid, and third-party tested for mold and other toxins. Clean inputs matter, especially for something you rely on and use each and every morning. If you love coffee, but you don't love acid reflux, jitters, crashes, and stomach issues, this is an easy place to start. And you can find what I believe to be the world's cleanest coffee and tastiest coffee at lifeboostcoffee.com/nontoxicdad.
All right, everybody. So we got our one sheet pan sauce. We even probably went a little bit further, but this is going to just add lots of depth and flavor. So we're good. I'm going to put this off the side because we can let it cool now. We don't have to rush with this one. It's all ready to go. And notice the tomatillos are just very juicy. You got some caramelization going on, but this is going to be delicious. I can't wait to throw that in a sauce. And then my shallots are all ready to go as well. Pull those out.
And we just got a couple more minutes on the sweet peppers.
And then we're gonna leave this oven on because we're gonna put the steaks in there just to, just to heat them up a little bit.
So we need a blender for this.
Which we have over there.
Okay, cool.
And then we're gonna quickly do the dressing as well. And this is just a bonus.
Do you want to do some cucumbers with the dressing?
To taste it, sure.
Yeah.
Yep. So this is definitely ready to go.
Okay. So now
we're
gonna
throw
throw
toss.
this in?
We're gonna toss the. Oh yeah, that's nice. I like the caramelization on the onions because that's just gonna add some nice depth. Throw those in. And
A little more salt layered in.
Yep, layer it in.
I'm learning the.
And one thing we can even do if we wanted to speed up is add a little bit of moisture, so a little bit of water.
Let's do it.
If we want to, and then we'll cover it and it'll be ready.
I think it'll be great.
It'll be
bring
ready
out
to
some
go.
of the flavor. Just get a little bit of water.
Yeah, look at this. So I just love, so we have the dark greens, we have the reds, everything's popping. The onion's gonna make it nice and sweet. And then I'm gonna just quickly cover this, and I'm actually gonna turn it off because it's already hot enough. Turn it off and let that residual heat just cook those leaves. And then we got a bonus here.
What's the bonus?
So we're gonna show you how to make your own home dressing because those bottled dressings, that's really a big culprit for people's not thriving because they've got poor oils, they've got stabilization ingredients that are not good for our body, they've got sometimes artificial ingredients.
Or even natural flavors and
Yeah,
artificial
natural
flavors.
flavors.
Yeah,
They've
it's
got
nasty.
sugars unnecessarily.
Tons of sugar.
It's just, we don't need it.
Sometimes even corn syrup.
Yeah. So
Which is kinda
I'm going to
crazy.
show you how to make a simple dressing in 30 seconds. All you got to do is have standard ingredients in your house. So we all have hopefully olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. We all hopefully have either some lemons or some vinegar, something, whether it's balsamic vinegar, champagne vinegar, lemon juice, lime juice, you name it, grapefruit juice. You choose whatever the vinegar is, but we need something that's acidic, and then we need a mason jar. So let me show you.
Let's do it.
All right, so here's our olive oil. Can I do a shout out to them or no?
Yeah, sure. Casatrinos is a great company.
Yeah.
Organic.
We're
Yeah.
using Casatrinos olive oil. Tony, the owner, is a friend. He's a friend of both of ours. I love this olive oil, so I'm so happy you have this. We have this olive oil. We have some different options here. We have red wine vinegar. We have apple cider vinegar. We have balsamic. I'm just going to show you how to make a simple balsamic. We got a jar here. Now, what we're thinking here is we want a ratio. So when you're making a balsamic vinegar here in the US, it would be a 3-to-1. If we were making it in Europe, they usually do like a 5-to-1. That's just how they typically do it. But here we'll do a 3-to-1 just so you can see the difference.
3-to-1.
3-to-1 ratio. So three parts
oil,
1 part acid or vinegar. And really when we're talking about ratios, all it has to be is the same vessel. So it could be a tablespoon. It could be even the cap.
If you want plastic contamination.
Yeah, that's true.
I have to throw
You
those.
have to do that.
I do think
But
like this.
Point is though that it's
3-to-1.
you're just using the same vessel to measure it. I know you got to do it. But
ruin all the fun.
so what should we use?
They're like, don't interrupt him. He was saying something great, and you had to go ruin it with the plastic
Oh,
thing.
jeez, plastic again.
Yeah. So let's do this. These cute little glasses. What do you think of this?
Beautiful.
30-second dressing that's gonna literally change your life. Chef James.
Here we go. 3-to-1 ratio. So we're going to do 3 parts olive oil. I'm not going to fill this whole thing 'cause that's a lot of dressing. I'm just going to go up to about half, okay? So we're going to get that going right here. Now, technically, okay, that's 1 ratio.
Okay.
That's 2. And now that's 3, okay? So that's about, I would say that's even close to 3 tablespoons right there. We're going to add that to our mason jar. Now we're going to just do 1 part of the acid or the vinegar.
And you're just gonna eye it up.
Yeah, I'm just eyeing it right now. But now if you're doing this for the first time, I want you to follow it. So you're going to do probably like 3 tablespoons of the oil, and you're going to do this 1 part of the balsamic, and add that. And now we're going to cover it,
This is life changing.
and you're going to now shake it.
Shake it, baby, shake it, baby,
shake
shake
it,
it like
shake it,
that.
shake it,
All I wanna
shake
do
it,
is
shake it,
zoom,
zoom, zoom.
boom, boom.
Okay, now
Okay.
we're going to taste it, and we're going to taste it with our. Now it's really important when you're eating or trying a dressing that you taste it with what you're going to serve it with, because you don't want to taste it with your hands, because that's not how you're going to eat it. So if you're putting on a
So
salad,
don't go like this.
yeah, if you're doing it with if you're serving it on a salad, taste it with the piece of lettuce that you're going to be serving. And in
Brilliant.
this case, we're doing it with We're doing it with cucumber. So let's get you to taste it.
I want more.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Perfect. Now, we could get fancy. We could add some salt. We could add some pepper. We could add some mustard, Dijon.
And that's pluck.
Yeah, we could add pluck. We can go crazy. But,
Pluck it. Just add all kinds of stuff in there.
But yeah, but the point is we didn't get it from a store.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have all the bad oils. We don't have the preservatives. We don't have the thickening agents that they're using, the stabilizers. We have none of that. It's just olive oil and balsamic vinegar, 2 ingredients.
And like you said, when you're eating those other dressings, your body knows it's stressed out.
Yeah.
Because you know it's clogging your cells. It's causing inflammation. It's going to lead to weight gain, obesity, even obesity and other degenerative disease that is rampant in the United States because these dressings are probably one of the most toxic things that you're eating. So
This alone, it will be life-changing for people. You will probably start losing weight. You will lose inflammation. You will literally start to feel better just by this alone.
that's a massive amount because so many people are addicted to dressings that are full of seed oils. And here's the thing when it comes to dressings and seed oils, the main reason they do it, not conspiracy, is because it's cheap and inexpensive.
Yep.
They are making a product at a lower price point that has high perceived value because it's convenient so they can sell the junk out of it, and it literally is junk, make more profit. They can advertise on national television, Hidden Valley dressing or whatever, because at the lower the price point, the more margin they have, the more marketing dollars they have to reach you, because at the end of the day, they're not selling your health, they're selling you a feeling. They're selling you a feeling, and that feeling, you have to realize, of convenience, of making your food wonderful for your kids and your husband, if you're a woman, or vice versa. It's a big old lie, because what they're selling you is poison that's very low price, that is going to move your life this way instead of this way. When you eat this, clear, peer-reviewed literature shows that 2 tablespoons, even less in some of the studies, of olive oil a day, especially single origin, organic, will reduce all-cause mortality, all causes of death by about 25%. Heart disease, it's right around 50. Also neurodegenerative conditions, but all causes of death around that 20 to 25% mark. So that's massive, and you can make it in literally in 30 seconds.
You all saw it was that fast. And what's fun is you can even change the vinegar. Like today we did balsamic. Tomorrow we could do lemon juice. We do lime juice. We can mess it up.
How is that so good when it's so simple?
Isn't it beautiful?
It tastes better when you mix it.
Well, okay, but good
Because
point.
that's what I do. I just put it on. Why doesn't it taste that good? Because it feels
it's
like
mixed.
Yeah.
But here's the other thing. We're also using a fresh cucumber.
So good, right?
So good, right? So once again, 85% of the job in the kitchen is picking good food. So here is a tip, a real food tip on how you can support weight loss, is when you are eating your dinner, have the first food be a raw salad or something raw, because it's fiber. It's going to fill your stomach, and then you end up not eating as much.
Yeah.
It's a little simple trick. If you are someone who finds that you overeat, eat something raw like a salad before the meal, not after, and don't go for the bread first. Don't even do the bread ideally, but I'm saying first do the raw salad or something raw like the cucumbers. Let that fill yourself, and then go to the other stuff. And I promise you won't eat as much.
Let thy fresh vegetable be thy medicine for weight
There you go.
or salad. And that's fun for me because I love salad so much. I usually eat it last. And I probably should eat it first, but unless I'm in a restaurant, of course. And
But think about how a restaurant would do a course.
yeah.
What's the first course usually? It's usually something like a salad.
Yeah.
Sometimes they'll do the salad, then they'll do the soup, right? Or sometimes the soup will be supporting digestion and preparing you, and it's a raw soup. Amazing soup.
Soups with cucumbers.
Right? It's just taking cucumber, some lime. You could add the crispy shallots to it as well. So good. And that will prime your... Not only will it help kind of provide just like the preparation for all of the other foods, so it's going to support digestion, not hinder it. So it's amazing. Whereas the bread is going to hinder it because the bread is absorbing your stomach acid.
That's really dumb. That makes sense.
Right?
Then you're going to indigestion. Then you're going to be up all night. Then you're not going to sleep. All the things.
But you know why they do it? You know why they do the bread? It's because it's cheap for them, and it makes you feel like you're getting this extra value. Look, they brought me bread.
Yeah, for free.
But it also
Makes you hungry.
It makes you hungry.
Yeah.
Exactly. The carbs are making you.
Don't eat bread when you go out to eat. They're just trying to make you hungry and steal your money. Chef James.
All right. I think we're ready. I think we're
let's throw
really
this
there.
in.
So let's throw those in and get those warm. We have cucumbers.
I'll go
fresh
grab
cucumbers.
the
Let's go check those peppers.
I just came from the grill, and we have a bag of peppers, and Chef James is going to explain why we put them in paper.
Yeah, so look at how, I mean, here, I'm going to pull one out. It's going to be hot, so I'm going to do it gently. Look how blackened that is, right? That's okay. We're not going to eat that part. But it's going to add all this smoky flavor to the pepper, but it's too hot right now. And to peel it, we need to put it in some paper, create that steam, and then just let it cool down in here. And literally, once it cools down, we can take like a paper towel, and it will just peel right off.
So the key is making it blister, and then the paper bags work great to lock in the steam.
Exactly, because you don't want to use plastic for, obviously, because that's going to melt and that's toxic.
Amen.
Right?
Bro. Thank you.
So don't do that.
Thank you for saying that.
Don't do that. But
I would have.
but the paper should be okay. And
Plus, you're not eating that.
No, you're not eating it. Yeah. And now we're going to make our sauce.
Now, again, really cool. We're using stoneware. I like to bring that up. Non-toxic stoneware. It seasons like a pan becomes non-stick. Love stoneware. It's a very non-toxic way. I like it better than stainless steel.
Nice. I don't usually get to work with this, but I love this. This feels really good. You see, personally, when I'm doing this kind of like this salsa verde, I don't mind the little bits. You know, I don't mind that the onion got a little crispy here. It's a little darker here because it's just going to add depth, and it's going to add lots of flavor. So we're going to now just add this to a blender. Okay, so this is cool. Stainless steel Vitamix. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, you can get these on Amazon.
Yeah,
go to Non-Toxic Dad. Go to my beacon link in my profile, and I have it in the kitchen section. These are lots of things that and I've had this for years. Even before I was Non-Toxic Dad, I bought a lot of this stuff. So
that's amazing. So I'm just gonna.
I've always been nuts.
Okay, so we should still have a lot of juice from the tomatillos, but just in case, I'm ready to put a little lemon juice or lime juice in there. I could add a little olive oil or even just simply a little bit of water. So it just needs a little moisture, but we'll first test it and see what we got.
Okay, perfect.
So I'm adding a little bit of lime juice or lemon juice, but you could do lime juice too. Check that. But yeah, so this already is looking like a salsa, and we don't want to want it to be creamy. We want that kind of relishy salsa look.
A little more texture.
This is nice.
Oh, that smells amazing.
Yeah.
So let's.
So do you have this? What's nice to taste this with? If we're gonna taste it with the meat, but you could taste it with like a chip, a cracker. If you're eating bread, some bread. I mean, like.
I can give you a long spoon here.
That's good. I'm gonna add a little bit of white vinegar because I just like to brighten it a little bit, and white vinegar does brighten things really easily. Not a lot, I'm talking just a tiny bit. That was like maybe 1/4 of a teaspoon. I wanna just
we can grab some masa chips.
Oh, that would be good. And I'm just gonna add a little bit. Is
that water?
Yeah, a little bit of water. All right, look at that. That looks like a nice salsa verde, which is a green salsa.
If you want a spatula, I have that too. Not a ton of silicone in this house.
But what I love about the way we just did this is it's kind of rustic, and that's the best way to do it when you have like a oven roasted kind of. Oh yeah, that's nice.
You can get that.
Okay.
Oh, that smells wonderful. I can really smell the garlic. I'm gonna go grab a chip.
Yeah, grab a chip. All right, so this is our, and we even have a bit of garlic right there, but that's okay because it's a rustic salsa verde, and that's kind of what we want.
Great
Yeah.
chip company,
Yeah.
Masa. Yeah,
Masa.
they use what do they use? Tallow.
They use tallow,
Yeah,
and they
grass-fed beef tallow, 100% grass-fed.
am I gonna say this right? Zilamite. They put the corn in the lye, you know, and so they actually make it more nutritious and more bioavailable by
That's
doing it
wonderful.
traditionally. They prepare it traditionally.
Actually, this is gonna go great with steak.
How that's amazing, right?
Tastes like a salsa verde, but it has a nice bite because of the vinegar and the garlic. Garlic
That's
is
fantastic, you guys. I mean, you saw how that's a one sheet
and the
salsa.
burnt flavor
It's fantastic.
because the onion, like you said. Either I'm hungry, that's really
No,
good.
that's really good.
Yeah,
and it's almost
was a
addictive. Like
great
I could
mistake.
just sit here and just do it the whole time.
Who needs steak at this point?
Yeah.
I'm gonna put the rest of this in there. Now, can we make that pepper sauce?
Yep. Now, you don't have to do this, but I'm going to do it this way because I'm not even going to clean this blender out. And here's why: because these flavors.
nobody got time for that.
No, but these flavors are actually going to go really well with those peppers. And we're going to actually make.
I'm gonna leave some of that in there then.
We're going to make a roasted pepper sauce with this. Yeah, you might as well. So first, though, we got to peel the peppers.
Okay, show me how to do this. Show me the way home, honey.
And
Quoting Top Gun. I'll move this stuff over. I'm gonna pull the peppers.
so we're going to use your paper
Oh, they're plenty
towels.
cool. The smaller ones might have got overdone a little bit. That poblano feels really good. Oh, these sweet peppers are, look, I mean, it's just like juice.
Boom. Look, yeah.
Yeah.
So you can still pull out the insides, and this is kind of fun, you know, particularly if you're not in a rush. We're gonna do a little bit of a sloppy job with it because we're all hungry, but you don't have to do that. You can take your time. We could technically done this the day before if we were planning a party. Doesn't have to be done the day of. Sauces, it's really interesting about sauces. They actually get better the longer they sit in the refrigerator. You're not gonna leave it in there a week, but I'm just saying, like, you make it one day, let it sit in the refrigerator, let all the flavors kind of combine, and it will be better the next day. You might still have to finesse it a little bit. You might have to add a little bit of lemon juice or white vinegar just to kind of brighten it, but for the most part, it should be more flavorful the next day.
I love it. I'm just gonna throw this right in there.
Yep.
A couple seeds, not gonna kill you.
Yeah, it's not gonna kill
I
you.
overdid some of this, so it's gonna be tough.
Now, one of the things we could be
They
doing
dried it
too
up.
is we can be using this to kind of
Wipe it down.
wipe it down and kind of peel it off. You just need something that has like some texture to kind of pull that off.
Because your hands get, as they say in Pennsylvania, slippy.
Slippity dippity.
And it's coming off so easy. When you blister your peppers correctly, use
Yeah.
the paper bag, create the steam, it's not difficult. If you overcook the blister, they dehydrate a bit, and then it winds up sticking. There's no moisture to pull it. So blistering peppers, the first time you do it, don't get frustrated. I was very frustrated, but then by failing forward, I'm now getting better at it. And what we do, Chef, is some years is we blister the peppers, whether it's poblanos or all of our extra bell peppers, and create like all kinds of different relishes, or we,
Nice.
What's the one thing that we did last year, babe, with the, you buy them at the store, where you put peppers in like olive oil, what is that called? You know what I mean? Peppers in olive oil, and you can preserve them.
Oh,
Just roasted peppers. That's the answer. Roasted peppers. So we roast the peppers, peel off the skins like this, and then you can preserve them, which is awesome.
all right. So
All right.
we got these peppers.
We tried.
We're gonna add the peppers are gonna definitely need like a little bit of something to brighten them. So I'm just gonna add a little of the white vinegar right up front. And then we will want to add some, probably some moisture to this, but let's first give it a try. Can you pass the olive oil? I like to add a little fat when I'm doing this kind of stuff. So we're going to just add a little olive oil.
Olive oil and peppers go together really well.
All right. Now this is going to be even more. This is more like a salsa or relish. This is going to be a little thinner.
Oh, that smells great.
Yeah.
I'll get a similar bowl.
Okay. Let me just mix it a little bit more. If we had some of those caramelized onions, if we had reserved those, we could have added those to
Yeah, that'd have been great.
to this as well. But keep in mind, we still had some from that salsa verde. Oh yeah.
I like to jump right in. Okay.
Okay.
Oh wow.
So
that's plenty.
Look at that though. Look at the difference. So two totally different salsas or sauces, and they're gonna add such different flavor to our meat. And if we were having a party, I would just put these out and let people choose what they want to put on.
Oh, that has a wonderful flavor.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's gonna go great with the steak.
Oh yeah, it's got a kick.
Where's all that bite coming from? The garlic that was in there? There's heat. Oh, some of the poblanos got in there.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, because I thought they were made it into
No,
here.
I think the first one I did was okay. Yeah, that's got some kick.
Yeah, I love that.
Woo, nice.
That is good.
When I do a cucumber and I'm just doing it in slices, I tend to like it to be at an angle. So what you do is you don't angle your knife. You keep your knife straight, but you angle the cucumber. So I put it at that angle and I just go straight. And you're rolling that knife to keep it kind of even. And you can kind of see that they're not perfectly round, but I like that look. And it just kind of creates a little, what is this, little oblong or something? Yeah. Yeah, so I like that look. And then we're just gonna cut this whole thing off, because this tonight is kind of our pre-raw meal that I was talking about.
I'll grab some bowls.
And then we can use, what we can do with this is drizzle that dressing right over this cucumber.
What size bowls would you want? Like something like this?
For the cucumber?
Yeah. Or just put it on, plate it.
Yeah, we can just plate it and then drizzle, and then everyone could just take some. And then what I would just do, I mean, you could do it in a bowl, but you can then, let me just
emulsify that. Because that was the trick, getting air in there.
Yep. Okay, so then I'll take my dressing and I just kind of drizzle it over. And not too much, obviously. And then what I would probably do, would take this over the top. Remember how we had like those fresh herbs, like the thyme or mint or something? I would just cut some of that up and put it right on top.
I have some fresh mint right here.
Yeah, let's do it.
Use that same
Go
board.
ahead, all right.
So I have some fresh mint. I have parsley upstairs, so that's another thing.
Just a little bit, just a very tiny bit.
Parsley will winter.
This is good, that's good.
And so will peppermint.
And mint is one of those ones that once you start cutting it, it actually starts to oxidize. So it will start to turn black. So you want to do it right before you're going to serve it. And then we're just going to kind of give it some, look at that. It just kind of makes it pop a little bit. And it'll add some nice flavor.
So we'll set that.
So we got that. We already have our, do we want to put this in a bowl?
Yeah.
It's hot, it needs to.
We'll just plate it so we can see it.
It's hot though, you're gonna need a mitt.
I got it. Let me grab now. I'll get a new one.
Okay.
And I like to use wooden utensils whenever possible. Again, antimicrobial and non-toxic. It doesn't make a lot of noise because I can get really noisy when I'm cooking.
I'm gonna move these. For some reason it's calling me to put this in a bowl. I don't know why. So I'm gonna just
Am I
follow
messing
that.
up by doing this and not in a bowl?
It will be more, it's fine. That one will be fine. This one I think is just gonna look better in a bowl. And we're just gonna add a little bit more of the dressing. Yeah, there we go.
Little
Yep.
spoon.
And sometimes when I'm gonna serve something on a plate, what I wanna do is I like it to have a little bit of height, you know what I mean? Because when it's too flat, it's not as interesting. For some reason, height is actually more attractive and intriguing to the eye. It just creates more appeal, more curb appeal, we would say. All right, shall we do some of that steak? Now, before, I know you've all been waiting for this. Are you ready, Warren?
I'm ready.
We're gonna do some steak with the pluck butter, and we're gonna get your authentic, honest response. Is this the best steak of your life?
Yes, let's go. Pluck butter, here we go. I'll pull these out.
Okay, we got the pluck butter, and it's hard, just like we wanted.
Solid as a rock.
So let's get a piece of steak. You pick which steak looks the
Let's
best
get
to
a
you.
fillet. Let's do the fillet because we did leave it in the oven for a bit. Oh,
Look at this. Look at this pluck butter. Look at that. That's butter, everyone. Look at that.
I would say nothing goes better with the butter is going to be the fillet because it's not as fat.
That's
So it's gonna
so
pop it.
true. Now some of this paper got folded in the butter, so I'm just gonna cut that end, but you can easily pull that out once you go to cut it. So I'm gonna first cut off this piece because I want Warren's first taste of pluck butter steak to be truly magnificent.
I'm pretty excited about this. Oh, it's perfect.
Look at that. That is really nice. So
No mistake there.
now what we could do is obviously the steak would be nice and hot when it comes out, and this butter, you would just serve it just like that, and the butter would be melting right over it.
It will soon.
Yeah. But
Let's do it. We don't have to wait around.
yeah,
I'm not afraid. It's not going to taste good.
here we go.
Sometimes you got to say pluck it. I had to do it.
Sometimes you gotta say pluck it. All right.
All right.
First,
All right, Easy E. Here it comes. It's wonderful. It really is.
and remember, we did not salt that steak, but is it packed full of flavor?
So much flavor, babe. I can't wait for you to try this. My wife, it's so good. It's like eating in a fine restaurant. Butter and fat, great seasonings. It's amazing. It's like eating in a
and fresh food from the garden.
thyme. I can taste the thyme still.
Yep. There we go. I got the paper out, so we're all safe.
But let's eat. Let's plate this up.
Let's do it.
I'm gonna get that other fillet.
Yep.
You start cutting. Let's get people fed. We'll save the other steaks for the kids. We're gonna eat the fillet. Do you like fillet or do you like the?
Oh, I love filet. I'm game.
You're game.
I like your thinking. This is the best cut. It's the most tender, most delicious
I mean,
cut.
just what I've experienced. I don't think we need to mess around.
And keep in mind, yes, I love those fatty pieces,
Mm-hmm.
but we're putting butter on it. We're good. You know what I mean? We're getting some good fat.
So we can.
Part of me is just wanting to let that butter melt even more.
Do we want to? We can plate people from here, and then they can add.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So you plate us.
Individually or
Yeah, this is fine. We'll
Okay.
just-
Okay.
This is amazing. Thank you so much. Like I was kind of preempting that all that time, all that energy, all that love, and you still came into our home to serve us, to cook with us, to experience our family, our garden, our feral cats, everything. It's just, your heart just shined through the whole time. And I was really tired too, but your energy, your love, just kept me energized the whole time.
It's so mutual, Warren, and I've been grateful we got to spend some time together. We're getting to know each other. I loved meeting your daughter during this trip. Of course,
She loved meeting you.
Getting to know your wife. I
Yeah.
mean, it's just so lovely. Thank you for letting me in your kitchen. Let me know your family, and most importantly, let me know your audience. Like I just want everyone to take care of yourselves. I want you to eat real food, and I want you to be in control of those ingredients. You are the best advocate for your health.
I love it. Thank you so much for watching the Non-Toxic Living Cooking Show this month with Chef James. Pleasure and honor. We'll see you next month on Non-Toxic Living. Remember, God loves you, we love you, and the planet loves you. Get outside, get into nature, and connect with Source, connect with God, and connect with food, because we're all on this journey together. Thanks again, guys, for watching. Anyway, so what I'd like to say is cooking, the reason we're doing this on the Non-Toxic Living Show and having a Non-Toxic Living cooking show is because cooking, being in nature, harvesting your own foods, your own fruits and vegetables, really bring you closer to each other, to God, to nature. At the end of the day, that's what it's all about. This food literally gives me, your hands are dirty, literally gives me a dopamine spike, if you will. Every bite is bringing me joy. And having my little daughter sitting in my lap, again, when you smell certain things, when you,
Have good company. Company is really important. The people you surround yourself with is really important.
It fills me.
Yeah.
Yeah, this other human, your energy, the energy of her, I mean, look how she's eating. Like, this is what it's about, guys. This is why we do what we do. That's why there's this movement that's happening with non-toxic living, regenerative farming, healthy herbs and spices that are bringing nose to tail these organ meats that are missing.
Yep.
And those individuals that do eat meat, it's so important. So this is amazing. I haven't even tried this yet.
It's super good.
Well, you're done.
I was eating while you were talking. It was so good.
So thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next show.